Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello and welcome, my dear students, to our lesson of today, which is going to be about 5C, a word of advice from the book Traveler 2. This lesson is for the first secondary stage from the second semester, prepared by Amna Madkhali and presented by Yasser al-Nakhli. Today, inshallah, we will practice asking for and giving advice. Practice should, had better. Warm up. When you are in trouble, who do you go to for advice? Take a look at this picture here. Okay, now vocabulary. Read and try to guess the meaning of the words in bold. Number one, nowadays, lots of people suffer from stress, and when it's bad, it can control their lives. Some find that talking to a friend helps them to reduce stress. Number two, my younger daughter has a fear of dark and can't sleep at night. How should I deal with this problem? What do you advise me to do? Grammar. Should, had better. Read the dialogues, then read the sentences and write T for true or F for false. Okay, I have a stomach ache again. Maybe you should visit a doctor. I did last week and he told me it's stress. Well, then you had better find ways to reduce your stress. Sorry, I am late. You'd better not be late again. This is the 5th time this month. I know, but I couldn't find a parking space. Well, then maybe you shouldn't take your car to work. Now let's write T for true, F for false. Should and had better are followed by to and base form. False. Number two, we use should and had better to give advice. True. 3. Should and had better refer to the past. False. 4. The negative form of should and had better is formed by adding not. True. 5. We use should and had better to give our opinion. True. 6. Had better can sometimes imply a warning. True. Practice now. Rewrite the sentences using the words given. Rewrite these sentences again. Use these words between brackets. Take your time and answer these questions. Okay, let's check our answers. Number 1. You had better go now because you are going to be late. 2. You should not or you shouldn't leave your mobile in the car. 3. You had better not borrow my car without asking. 4. You had better not be late, otherwise Abdurrahman will leave out without you. 5. You should talk to your parents. Listening. Listen to Brad talking to a colleague about a problem he has at work and decide if the statements below are true or false. Listen carefully, please.
So, how is work, Brad?
Not so well, actually. These days I am thinking of looking for a new job.
Really? Why? What happened?
Well, it's Andy. We don't get along.
You and Andy are sharing the office, right?
That's right. So it's kind of hard to avoid him, you know?
I imagine. So what happened?
Well, ever since I met him, he hasn't stopped talking on the phone. I mean, it's one phone call after another. I can't hear exactly what he is saying, but still, it's hard to focus on work when there is so much talking.
Sounds like a big problem. Did you try talking to him?
Well, he is never available.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Number 1. Brad is not enjoying his new job. True. Number 2. Brad's office is next to Andy's. False. Brad and Andy have had a discussion about this problem. False. Now, listen to Andy talking about the same problem and write T for true or F for false.
Andy, can I have a word with you?
Yes, of course.
First of all, you seem worried. What's wrong?
Well, these past 2 weeks have been very hard on me. You see, my parents had an accident and they are in hospital, so I am on the phone with the doctor every day.
Oh, that explains everything. I'm sorry to hear that.
Thanks. We are very busy and I can't take any days off. So I have to make lots of phone calls to make sure my parents are okay. My brothers go to the hospital every day, so they call me too to tell me how things are going. The only problem is that I am now sharing the office with the new guy. He must think I'm very rude. I had better tell him what happened.
Yes, you should talk to him. He'll understand.
Okay, let's check our answers. Number 1. Someone in Andy's family had an accident. True. Number 2. Andy goes to the hospital to talk to the doctor every day. False. 3. Andy wants to explain the situation to Brad. True. Speaking, now talking bears. Students say, imagine that you have a problem. Tell students B how you feel and ask him for advice. Use some of the ideas in the box. Student B, listen to student A's problem and give him or her advice. Use should or shouldn't and had better or had better not and some of the idea or ideas in the box. Let's go to writing. A letter asking for or giving advice. Do you read problem pages in magazines? Have you ever written to a problem page to ask for advice? Would you like to? Do you think problem pages give good advice? Okay, the next letter was sent to a problem page by someone who wanted advice. Read the letter and reply to it. Then answer the questions below. Number 1. What is Ali's problem? 2. What does Dr. Salman advise Ali to do?
6. Writing.
Dr. Salman's Corner.
Dr. Salman, I need your advice because I feel helpless and don't know what to do. Last week I had to give a presentation at university with a fellow student. As we walked to the front of the lecture theatre, I could feel my heart beating fast and I was sweating. When it was time for me to talk, I just stood there looking at everyone. I couldn't remember what to say. Fortunately, my fellow student gave the presentation for me. But who will save me next time? What should I do? Anxiously waiting for your reply, Ali.
Dear Ali, many people are afraid of public speaking. You're not the only one, so don't worry. Here are some tips to help you deal with your problem. First of all, you should practice giving your presentation in front of a mirror until you feel confident. This way, you'll have less stress. There are also certain things you can do right before and during your presentation. Before starting, You should do some kind of physical activity to help reduce your anxiety. Taking a walk is a good idea. Also, while you're giving your presentation, choose a few friendly faces from the audience and focus on them. And don't forget to take deep breaths to feel calm. If all this doesn't work, I advise you to take a training course in public speaking. It will help you get over your fear.
Okay, number 1, what is Ali's problem? Number 2, what does Dr. Salman advise Ali to do? Okay, Ali, he is afraid of public speaking. 2, he should practice giving his presentation in front of a mirror until he feels confident. Before his presentation, he should do some kind of physical activity, for example, take a walk, to help reduce his anxiety. During his presentation, he should choose a few friendly faces from the audience and focus on them. He should also take deep breaths to feel calm. If all this doesn't work, he should take a training course in public speaking. C. Read the sentences below. In what type of letter would you find them? Write A for a letter asking for advice or G for a letter giving advice in the boxes. Okay, let's start with number 1. G. Number 2. G. 3. A. 4. A. 5. G. And finally number 6. A. Evaluation. Now complete the dialogue with the word in the box. Use these words in the box to complete the dialogue here. Okay, let's start with number 1. My heart beats. Number 2, speaking. 3, stress. 4, advice. 5, breath. 6, focus. 7, suggest. And 8, D. Okay, today we learned practice asking for and giving advice, practice should and had better. These are the references referred to in this book, Workbook Teacher's Guide, and Google Clip Arts for pictures. For more information and listen, please do not hesitate to call us on our website, our Twitter account, or our phone number. Thank you and hope to see you again. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.